What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today I'm going to be going over how you can solve all 9 labyrinths in Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom to get yourself the Evil Spirit armor. In Breath of the Wild, the first game, you were able to go to the 3 different labyrinths, but now there's also a sky version of the labyrinth, and now there's also a ground version of the labyrinth. I'm going to be going over all 9 of them, and let me just say that although you can't do the Sky Shrine first, I definitely recommend making your way to the Sky Shrine first, because all 3 of them are going to be able to have their own shrine here, and then there's going to be a shrine on the main level, and then the ground level is going to have a light route. So from whatever sky island that is closest to the labyrinths, just build yourself a Zonai device and make your way on over. First, we're going to be starting with the North Lomei Castle, the top floor, the labyrinth, and the depths. Once you make your way to the top floor, you don't actually have to go activate that hand over there. Instead, we're going to go ahead and make our way down to the ground floor. And once again, you don't actually have to be up here first, but it is going to make your life a lot easier. Because for the ground level labyrinth, there's a very simple solution. So the game is sort of intending for you to go ahead, make your way on in, and then go through the full maze and everything else in order to make your way over here. But we're actually just going to be going right here. This is the exact point that you want to be able to land to when you're coming down from the sky. For reference, it's going to be looking like this. And if you look straight down, you're going to be seeing one single piece of ice. As you make your way down, you're going to notice that there's going to be an opening to your right, and this little passageway is exactly where we need to be. Hey look, pinecone. And as you're in here, this is going to be the shrine that we need. And as you make your way in here, this is going to be the North Lomei Chasm. There's going to be a shrine in here that's going to be pretty easy for us to get access to, especially if you have yourself a nice ruby shield or a fire-based weapon. In the presence of one, this ice is going to melt fairly fast. And this is the Mayatoki Shrine, which we can now go ahead and activate. This is going to serve as a handy fast travel point for us, but while you're in this room just opposite of the shrine is going to be another hand portal that we need to go activate. For you who conquered this labyrinth of the land, I, the ruler of owls, have unlocked a door. Yep, conquered this labyrinth real good. Find it on the west side of the labyrinth in the sky. This is the reason that I recommended that you activate the sky one, because from the ground we need to make our way to the sky, so it made sense to just go there in the first place, right? Once we make our way up to the sky labyrinth, let's go ahead and activate this hand portal. I offer a test of wisdom. 4 terminals are hidden in this maze. Activate them all, and our labyrinth will open. I'm going to highly recommend that you go to your adventure log and you activate the quest, because if you activate the quest, it's going to be showing you exactly where all 4 of the terminals are going to be, making your life a lot easier. Now, I'm not going to be going over the exact path because it's going to be almost impossible for you to follow, but instead, I'm going to be just showing you a route that you should be taking. And if you're ever really caught, you could literally just from here make a hot air balloon, go above the labyrinth. It's going to take a while, but you can. And then once you're up there, just coast on down to where you need to go. The first terminal is by far the easiest. All you have to do is go through the main area, down, up, and then once you're here, there's going to be just a nice clean shot to make your way in. For your second labyrinth, we're going to make our way back out to the main pathway. From here, we're going to be heading south, down through here, and then lastly, over this little area to make our way into the final room. Now, just to let you know, in this labyrinth, as well as the ground equivalent of this labyrinth, are going to be a variety of chests and random items that you could pick up. However, all of the chests are just going to be Zonai weapons, regular, strong, and mighty versions. So if you want to go out of your way to get those weapons that you could pretty much very easily get most other ways, that's completely up to you. I'm going to be skipping all of them. Making your way to the second terminal is going to be pretty easy. You're just going to backtrack a little bit, except instead of going back to the main area, we're going to be going south and then following this path of hearts that I laid out for you all the way to the rightmost terminal. From here, all we have to do is make our way north just a little bit through these different pathways up here, all the way to the top and final terminal. After your 4th terminal is activated, you're going to be seeing that on the very top of the labyrinth, no matter which one was your 4th, it's going to pan around. And right at the middle, we're now going to be seeing another hand portal appearing. And now all of the wind is significantly more powerful, so all of it will all bring you up to the very top, as long as there's sky clearance. And if you wanted to get those chests, which I'm not going to do, but if you want to, That's totally cool. Go for it. Now is a great time to do it now that all of the sky is going to propel you up a lot more. You who have traversed this maze, mark my words. I have pulled apart the bars in this labyrinth of the land that obscured your path to the ground below. From high above to far below, prove your courage by diving into the depths of the earth. The final way shall open to you. So from this little diving post, let's just go ahead and dive straight down. Now this is a really neat thing. You're going to see a series of different crumbles of rock that's going to lead you to the very middle of the labyrinth, where now a chasm is going to be visible, and heading into the chasm is going to bring you into the depths of the labyrinth. And as we approach the labyrinth, directly below us, you are going to be seeing the searchlight of a construct down here. Down here in this labyrinth, there are going to be 4 chests available that are just going to have one of all 4 different versions of the Zonaite weapons. In addition, an easy way to get the light root from anywhere down here, all you have to do is hit ascend. And once you're at the top of the labyrinth, you go ahead and activate the light root. However, you may want to put down a travel medallion because getting back in can be a little difficult. Or you could just, jump from the sky again. Once you make your way down to the bottom floor, you're going to be seeing a Flux Construct 3. I'm going to just briefly go over Flux Constructs just in case you're not too familiar. Also some fun things that I've learned. Tulin is fantastic because he can just randomly stun him whenever he wants. In addition, he may randomly decide to target any of the sages, so that can bide you a few seconds. Just avoid his attacks, pull it down, and you want to bang on that bad boy as much as you can. When it comes time for the cube, obviously you want to try to reach the middle, but sometimes it's kind of difficult. That's completely fine. If you just grab the outside ones and then immediately cancel them, you are going to be able to just weaken his core, then eventually he's going to fall apart. Whack on this until he's all set. Go ahead and get yourself all these fun drops, including this Flux Core if you want it. I personally don't. And now we're going to get access to the hand portal over here. You who have traversed this labyrinth of the depths. This trial was a test of your talents. In overcoming it, you have shown yourself to be strong of body, skill, and mind. In my name as ruler of owls, I commend your achievement and offer a fitting reward. Armor weathered in otherworldly evil, hidden away since days of old. Take it now. In the middle of the room, you find out that was actually an altar. The North Lomei prophecy is complete. And this chest is going to get us the Evil Spirit Greaves. Defense of 4, stealth up 1. Next, we are going to be making our way to the labyrinth in the Gerudo region, starting off with the South Lomei Castle top floor. From the East Gerudo Sky Archipelago, you go ahead and fly your way on over to the shrine over here. From on top of here, let's go ahead and dive down to the labyrinth. For this labyrinth, all we need to do is, I'm pretty sure it's right here. If you look at where this gloom is spreading to this gloom, you kind of want to aim directly for the middle, right about there. Once we make our way down to the labyrinth, and if you drop down, you're going to notice that there's a little platform over here. You're going to notice that there's just a little bit of a platform, and we're going to go and sneak underneath that. Ooh, acorn. You're also going to be seeing a notepad inside of here. And as you make your way down, we're going to be finding ourselves this shrine right here. And this is the Matsusis Shrine. And directly in front of it is going to be a hand portal for us. The ruler of boars is going to go ahead and unlock a door for us. So we had owl and now we have boars. And we're going to find it on the north side of the labyrinth in the sky. Neat. Let's go ahead and fast travel up there. From on top of here, let's go ahead and activate the hand portal. I offer a test of wisdom. 4 terminals are hidden in this maze. Activate them all. Once again, I'm going to recommend activate the actual quest so you can see the location of all of the markers that you have to go to. This one is by far the easiest, and just to let you know that there's going to be 4 chests that are kind of like in the opposite of the locations, and once again, they're just going to be, various Zonaite weapons, so if you want to go get them, go for it. And this one is so self-explanatory, you just kind of make your way on in and then just go directly to where you need to go. The most important part is that you turn the quest on and then you're navigated well. Just a little tip as far as something that you may encounter while you're in here. So you're always going to be having these drafts, but the lower that you fall down, the higher you're actually going to be pushed up. So if you're ever in a situation that you need to be significantly higher, all you need to do is drop down and then ride your gust up. Yeah, it's going to be required for some of these, so the lower you fall, the higher you're going to be flown back up and make your life a whole lot easier. Keep in mind, if you ever have to plot out your course, you just want to focus on the middle of it and put down a pin as close to it as you could possibly see, and then finding your way over there shouldn't be too difficult. My first time doing these mazes, I didn't realize that I could just pin the quest, so I was actively searching for where all of the different terminals were going to be. So because of that, I just always kept my map facing north. That way it was easier for me to navigate and figure out where I actually needed to make my way to. And upon activating your fourth, just like the other labyrinth, it's going to be opening up your sky by making all the wind a lot higher. And right in the middle is going to be another hand portal for us to make our way over to. At the top is also going to be a big battery in a chest over there. Feel free to go grab that if you want. And activating this is going to give us another prompt. You have traversed this maze, mark well my words. I've pulled apart the bars in the labyrinth of the land that obscured your path below ground. From high above to far below, prove your courage by diving into the depths of the earth. So now all you gotta do is dive down, straight down between all of these squares, and then you're gonna be seeing the chasm directly below you. Once we land down here, if you want to go ahead and activate the light route, all you need to do is ascend through the floor, and you're going to be seeing your light route here if you need that. But we are going to go ahead and make our way down to the flux construct down here. Now, if you have yourself some arrows, and you also have some 5-shot bows, future Austin is going to be significantly reducing the brightness of how bright this is, because it is pretty much seizure inducing. But with a 5-shot Lionel bow and with attack up 3, you could just do 5 shots to this and then not even initiate the battle. And that's also going to be 20 charges. Very nice. Let's go ahead and activate this hand portal. You who have traversed this labyrinth of the depths. This trial was a test of your talents. In overcoming it, you have shown yourself to be strong of body, skill, and mind. In my name is the ruler of boars. I commend your achievement and offer a fitting reward. Armor weathered and otherworldly evil hidden away. And that's the South Lomei prophecy complete, and Arceus showing up. And that's the evil spirit mask, which gives you stealth up. Now to make our way onto the final labyrinth, which I did this one almost about an entire week ago, as you had to do the first 2 parts of this, the sky and the ground level, to get access to the ground level labyrinth in order for you to activate this light route, which was like one of my very last ones. So yeah, this as its own little island, you have to go and get that light route separately. And hopefully past Austin didn't mess it up. So upon making our way over to this sky island, we're gonna go ahead and interact with the hand thing here. And it's gonna say, no, you can't do it. You who set foot in this labyrinth of the sky, go to the labyrinth of the land. Deep within its corridors, a dragon ring sleeps. Honestly, it's pretty simple. All we have to do is just hop straight down. Here's going to be the Labyrinth Island, and if you played Breath of the Wild, you probably know how you can go about entering this. If you don't know, then from the very end of it, here on the map, we're just going to be go ahead and landing straight into here. Boom. Like a pro. Like I've done this so many times. Like I've done this exact same labyrinth for the exact same labyrinth video 6 years ago. This portion at least is still the same, but let's go ahead and interact with this hand portal. For you who conquered this labyrinth of land, I, the ruler of dragons, have unlocked a door. Find it on the south side of the labyrinth of the sky. And that's gonna go ahead and open up the door. Isn't that neat? That's neat, right, Dinroll? Yeah. By the way, there's a shrine right behind you. You should go ahead and activate that. And this passageway is open as well. You may remember this as the place where you got the Traveler's Medallion in the last game. I know this is definitely where I went. And there's still a chest in the same exact place. What's in it? A big battery. Okay. I think it was a diamond. I think this chest was a diamond circlet. And then back here was the travel medallion. And there was a whole bunch of guardians in here. And it was like legit scary. Oh, here's a cave. Oh, why do I hear gloom hands? I hear gloom hands. Are they where the guardians were? Nice. Thanks, Booble Gem. Now, from here, I'm just gonna fast travel back to the sky. Back on the Sky Island, interacting with the same hand ring, I offer a test of wisdom. 4 terminals are hidden in this maze. Activate them all. First thing, go to your adventure log and turn the mission on. That's going to then mark the 4 terminals on your map. So very, very highly recommend doing that. I guess if you really wanted to, you could just come on here and plot out a course on what you think is going to work. To get to the top left, we're going to make our way into this top pillar area. We're going to make our way to the back. We're going to go to this dark brown and then to our destination. Weird how they're called terminals. For the top left one, we're going to be taking another route from this top room, just like that. And for our last one, we're going to be entering through here, making a right to go down this way, making our way to over here, and finally down to here. This dragon ring is going to open up. All of the gusts are now gustier, so then you're going to make your way up higher. And then from the dragon ring, he's going to say, time to dive down. And as you're diving down, you're going to see that chasm straight below. Previously, this was blocked by a grate, and you weren't able to access it. But as long as you make your way through all of the squares, you're going to be lined up perfectly to enter this chasm. And this is the Lomei Depths Labyrinth. It is pitch black, you cannot see nothing. This area is also unique because unlike the other 2 labyrinths that are connected to land, this one is completely isolated from the rest of the depths. And I'm recording this on 5/19 at 9 p.m. when I got all of the rest of the depths figured out and lit up, except for this one little bit, so I have to do this labyrinth before I can continue. So I'm pretty sure from exactly where we entered, right here, can I ascend? And if I do ascend, here's the light route. Boom. That's also going to go ahead and illuminate all of the labyrinth for us, making all of this a lot easier. If you did the light route thing like I did, it turns out you're gonna have to go back to the surface and then dive in once again. The good news I have to share with you is that if you have 5-shot bows, Construct 3s are a lot easier, and I don't know why this game likes giving me seizures whenever I land all 5 of these headshots, but it does. Or, you know, feel free to take it out the regular way, whatever you want to do. But Barbarian Armor, 5-shot bows, full stamina. Let's go ahead, activate the Dragon Ring. And my name is the Ruler of Dragons. I commend your achievement and offer a fitting reward. Armor, weathered in otherworldly evil, hidden away since days of old. Take it now. And inside of this chest, we get the Evil Spirit Armor. After completing your 3rd and final labyrinth, you're going to be getting the 3rd piece of Evil Spirit Armor. Now, Evil Spirit Armor is going to give you stealth up 1 level for each of the 3 pieces. And then once you have it all on, you're going to get Disguise and Bone Weapon Proficiency. You're also going to have a defense of 12, which isn't a lot right now. But this is a significantly better version of the Radiant Armor. The Radiant Armor is going to give you no bonuses until you have all 3 pieces, which is Disguise, Bone Weapon Proficiency. As far as upgrades, I'm pretty sure you can't upgrade this. It was one of the DLC armors in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, you can't enhance this item, so it's always going to be a defense of 4. So unlike the trade-off of the Phantom armor to the Barbarian or Fierce Deity armor, that only after it was upgraded did it become better, this is going to give you stealth up level 3, and then also disguise to all bone enemies as far as like stall Coblins and stall Moblins, maybe also stall Phoenixes. I don't think I've ever tested that, but you're going to be getting bone weapon proficiency. The same bonus that you get for the set bonus for the Radiant. So after you go ahead and you get all of this, you should go ahead and sell off the Radiant armor. The only advantage you would have is upgrading it to its highest level, giving you more defense. But the whole point of this is to be sneaky. Now, if you're not familiar with bone weapon proficiency, this pretty much means that every single weapon that you have that has some sort of bone on it is going to be doing times 1.8 damage if the numbers carried over from Breath of the Wild. That means that if you have a Moblin arm, that's going to be times 1.8. The most powerful fuse weapon that you can make is going to be with a Molduga Jaw. And if you put a Molduga Jaw on a Royal Guard's Claymore with attack up 10, that's going to be having 148 damage. So just some quick math for you. This 148 weapon is going to be doing times 1.8 damage, which is going to be 266 damage whenever you have bone weapon proficiency. So in the last 2 hits, you're going to be doing 266.4 damage. And then in its very last hit, or, infinite hits on the back of a Lionel, which doesn't take durability, this one weapon is going to be doing 532.8 damage. Now, if you were also go ahead and consume a food that gave you attack up, you're then going to be multiplying that by 1.5, and you're looking at 799.2 damage per strike for the last strike to Lionels. However, whenever you're in a situation that you're going to be not relying on no durability loss, one of the best weapons to actually use is going to be the Light Scale Trident, because if you have Sidon with you, then that is going to be increasing the power of this. So it's going to be 54 times 2 anytime that you're wet, times 1.8 for bone proficiency, times 1.5 if you have the attack up, and every single strike of this weapon, which it is a pretty durable weapon, is going to be doing 291 damage. It is a really, really great buff that was kind of overlooked at the beginning of this game, because in the last game you just had a variety of different arms and stuff that you could use, and the H-hit proficiency was leaps and bounds better. I plan on making a whole video explaining all the math behind how bone weapons work, but I wanted to put this video out explaining how you can go about obtain these armor pieces. And now that you do, probably don't even need your Fierce Deity armor anymore. I mean, anytime that you're not using bone weapons, yeah, the Fierce Deity armor is going to be more useful, but it's up to you. Anyways, guys, I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, turning on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.